Hey guys, welcome back. Let me ask you something right away. Have you ever met a person who didn't have to raise their voice, didn't have to show off yet? The moment they entered the room, everything went quiet. It felt like their calmness alone carried a weight you couldn't ignore. That's the kind of power I want to talk to you about today. The power of a mind so strong, it almost paralyzes others, not through fear or intimidation, but through presence, clarity, and inner control. In this video, we're going to explore what it really means to build a mind of steel, a mind that doesn't collapse under pressure, doesn't bend under manipulation, and doesn't chase after the approval of others. We'll break it down into 12 essential parts. Each one will help you understand a new layer of mental strength, from silence, discipline, and detachment to compassion, wisdom, and unshakable consistency. By the end of this journey, you'll see that having a powerful mind isn't about being cold or distant. It's about mastering yourself so deeply that the noise of the world can no longer control you. And here's the thing. This isn't some theory locked away in old philosophy books. This is practical. This is something you can live every single day. The Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, they already knew the secret: control your mind and the world loses its grip on you. Today we're going to bring those timeless lessons into your life right here and right now. But before we dive in, I want to connect with you. Where are you watching this from? Drop it in the comments, I'd love to know. Also, tell me, what time is it for you right now? Are you starting your day with this message, or are you ending your night with it? Sharing that not only helps me understand my community better, but it helps other viewers feel like we're all in this journey together. And of course, if you find value here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you never miss the next part of this series. Leave a comment, share your thoughts, and let's keep building this community of strong minds together. All right, let's begin the journey. Hey friends, let's begin this journey by clearing up a very important question. What does it actually mean to have a strong mind? Many people mistake it for being cold, detached, or unfeeling. They imagine strength of mind as the ability to shut others out, to never cry, to never show weakness. But that picture is incomplete, and honestly, it's harmful. A truly strong mind is not a wall that blocks everything. It is a foundation that holds steady even when the winds of life shake everything around it. Think about this: when you're in crisis, when bills pile up, when relationships break, when your plans fall apart. What do you long for most? Not more chaos, not more fighting, not more noise. You long for a sense of calm, a still point inside yourself where you can rest. That is the essence of a strong mind. It is the quiet center you can return to again and again, no matter what storms rage outside. Strength of mind is not about domination. It is not about controlling others or proving yourself louder, harsher, or more stubborn. Instead, it's about self-mastery, the ability to pause when provoked, to breathe, when afraid to stand, when everything inside you wants to collapse. It's the courage to stay present even in pain, and the wisdom to know what deserves your energy and what does not. When you understand this, life starts to look different. Suddenly, you don't need to win every argument. You don't need to chase every approval. You don't need to live in constant defense, because you know who you are. Let's bring this closer to your reality. Imagine you're facing one of those days where everything goes wrong. A project at work fails, a friend misunderstands you, and at night your thoughts won't let you sleep. The weak response would be to panic, to lash out, or to drown in self-blame. But the strong mind does something different. It says, pause. This is not the end. Let me separate what I can control from what I cannot. Maybe you cannot control your friend's reaction today, but you can control the way you speak tomorrow with more patience, more honesty. Maybe you cannot erase the project's failure, but you can decide whether you'll learn from it or let it define you. Maybe you cannot stop every racing thought tonight, but you can breathe slowly, remind yourself that tomorrow is a new day, and rest your body. This practice choosing clarity over chaos doesn't make the problem vanish overnight, but it does change the way you carry it, and that is where true peace begins. There's something deeply reassuring about knowing that your mind is not fragile, that it can bend without breaking. When you cultivate this strength, every difficulty becomes lighter, not because the problem itself is smaller, but because you have grown bigger. Think about the calmest person you know. When they speak, it's never rushed. When they act, it's thoughtful. They radiate a quiet confidence that makes you feel safe. This is what you can become, not a cold fortress, but a warm lighthouse. Strong enough to withstand storms, gentle enough to guide others home. If you are watching this right now, in the middle of a personal crisis, let me speak directly to you. I don't know the full weight of what you're carrying. Maybe heartbreak, maybe loneliness, maybe exhaustion from trying too hard. But I want you to know this: you are not weak because you feel broken. You are human, and inside that brokenness lies the seed of strength. You don't need to fix everything today. You don't need to prove yourself today. You only need to breathe, to remind yourself that peace is possible, and to take one small step toward it. Maybe that step is writing down your thoughts. Maybe it's reaching out to a friend. Maybe it's simply closing your eyes for 5 minutes of rest. Each of these acts is a way of saying, I choose not to be destroyed by this moment. So how do you carry this mindset into the days ahead? Here are a few simple practices. Name your thoughts. Instead of drowning in them, write them down. When they're on paper, they lose half their power. Choose your response. Before you react, pause. Ask, is this within my control? If yes, act calmly. If no, release it. Return to stillness. Give yourself small rituals, 5 minutes of silence. A walk in the park, listening to calming music to reconnect with your inner center. Over time, these habits train your mind to return to peace more quickly. Like a muscle, your calmness grows stronger with practice. I want you to remember something beautiful. A strong mind doesn't just protect you, it inspires others. When your friends see that you are not easily shaken, they feel safer around you. When your family notices that you can stay calm in stress, they lean on you with trust. Your inner peace ripples outward, touching lives you may never realize. That's one of the main reasons this channel exists. Not just to give you ideas, but to help you live them. To give you moments of quiet strength you can carry into your day. Every time you walk away from one of these videos, I hope you feel lighter, calmer, more certain that you are not alone. And I hope you keep a record, whether in a journal, a notebook, or even just in your heart, of the good things you're building. Let those reminders become anchors for you on the days you feel lost. Let me leave you with this thought. A strong mind is not a final destination. It's a practice, a daily choice, a lifelong journey. Some days you'll feel unshakable, other days you'll stumble. Both are okay. Strength is not about never falling. Strength is about always rising again with a little more wisdom, a little more calmness than yesterday. So if you're listening right now and feeling like life is too heavy, take a deep breath. You are not failing. You are learning to carry the weight with grace. And in that grace, you are already becoming stronger than you know. There is a kind of strength that doesn't shout, doesn't fight, doesn't even move loudly. It is the quiet power of inner silence. In a world filled with noise, notifications, buzzing, opinions, flying worries, screaming in your head, silence can feel almost impossible. But it is exactly in this silence that your mind gathers its greatest strength. When I say silence, I don't mean the absence of sound around you. The world outside can be busy, traffic can roar, people can argue, but inner silence means you are not carried away by it. It is that calm space inside, where thoughts lose their grip, where fear stops echoing, where you can finally hear your own soul whispering, "Everything is okay. You are safe here." This silence is not emptiness, it is fullness. It is like standing at the center of a storm and realizing that in the eye of the hurricane, there is perfect stillness. That stillness is your strength. So why is silence so powerful? Because the mind that never rests cannot think clearly. When your head is crowded with endless voices, your own doubts, the demands of others, the harshness of the world, you are easily pushed, manipulated, and broken. But when you cultivate silence, you stop reacting automatically. You see things as they are. You create space between stimulus and response. And in that space, you find freedom. A strong mind doesn't rush. It doesn't panic. It doesn't fill every second with noise. It knows the wisdom of pausing. And that pause can save your life from rash decisions, from regret, from unnecessary suffering. Let's make this practical. Imagine you're in a heated argument. Words are flying, emotions are sharp, and you feel your heart racing. The weak mind will spit out words it cannot take back, only to regret them later. But the strong mind, trained in silence, pauses. It breathes. It listens. It waits until the storm passes, and then it speaks with clarity. Or think of anxiety, those nights when your mind keeps replaying every mistake, every possibility of failure. Instead of wrestling with those thoughts, try silence. Sit still, close your eyes, focus on your breath, entering and leaving. Whisper gently to yourself. These are only thoughts, not reality. Slowly, the storm of anxiety calms down, and you can finally sleep. Silence is not running away from life. It is preparing yourself to face it with a clear mind. When you practice inner silence, something shifts. Life feels less overwhelming. Problems shrink in size. People notice that you don't overreact, and they begin to trust you. Silence gives you dignity. It shows that you are not easily shaken. And here's the beauty. Silence is contagious. When you bring calmness into a room, others feel it too. Your silence becomes their comfort. You transform chaos into peace, not by controlling others, but by mastering yourself. I want to pause here and speak directly to those who feel they are drowning. Maybe you're dealing with heartbreak. Maybe your mind is noisy with fear, regret, or shame. You might feel like silence is impossible because the noise inside is too loud. If that is you, I want you to know you are not broken. You are simply carrying too much at once. Start small. Give yourself even 1 minute of silence. 1 minute where you put down your phone, turn off the noise, and just breathe. That minute may feel strange at first, but over time, it becomes a safe refuge. The more you return to it, the more silence grows inside you, until one day it becomes your natural state. You don't need to escape the world to find peace. You only need to return to yourself. Here are a few ways to invite silence into your daily life. Morning stillness. Before you check your phone, take 2 minutes just to breathe and notice the new day. Silent journaling. Write down your thoughts without judgment. The act of writing is itself a way of calming the noise. Breathing breaks. Whenever stress rises, stop for 10 deep breaths. Inhale, peace. Exhale, tension. Evening reflection. End your day with 5 minutes of silence, letting go of everything you cannot control. These are not difficult. They don't require special tools. All they require is your willingness to pause, and with each pause, your mind grows stronger. The good that silence brings to life. As silence deepens, your life changes. You feel less rushed. Relationships become smoother because you listen better. Decisions are wiser because you see with clarity. Sleep improves because your mind is no longer a battlefield. Most importantly, silence reconnects you to what is truly meaningful. You notice the little things, the sound of rain, the warmth of a smile, the comfort of breathing freely. These simple gifts remind you that life is still beautiful, even in hardship. And I encourage you to record these good moments. Keep a small notebook where you write one peaceful thing you noticed each day. Over time, you'll have a collection of blessings to look back on, a treasure chest of calm memories. That is something I hope you carry with you as part of this channel. A habit of remembering the good. Let me close with this. Silence is not weakness. It is not avoidance. It is the highest form of strength, because it means you are not controlled by noise, by fear, by impulse. In silence, you remember who you are. If you are struggling right now, take a deep breath with me. Feel the calm entering your body. For a moment, let yourself rest in the stillness. That peace is already inside you. It only needs your attention. And as you go forward, remember this truth. A strong mind is a quiet mind. It doesn't need to shout. It doesn't need to prove itself. Its silence is enough to transform the room, enough to give you peace, and enough to remind others that true strength speaks softly. Discipline is a word that sometimes feels heavy, like a burden, like a set of chains. But let's reframe it. True discipline is not punishment, it's protection. It's the shield that guards your peace, the sword that cuts through confusion, and the armor that helps you face the battles of life without falling apart. Without discipline, even the strongest intentions collapse. With it, even ordinary people can achieve extraordinary strength of mind. So what is discipline really? At its heart, discipline is the practice of choosing long-term peace over short-term comfort. It's waking up when your body wants to stay in bed, because you know that morning quiet will center your day. It's saying no to another hour of scrolling because you want to say yes to a clear mind. It's sticking to your values when temptation whispers otherwise. The Stoics believed that discipline was the highest form of freedom. Seneca once wrote, "No man is free who is not a master of himself." And that is the essence. Discipline is not about controlling the world. It's about mastering the one thing you truly own: your choices. Let's talk about real struggles. Maybe you've been feeling stuck in unhealthy habits, sleeping too late, skipping meals, procrastinating. Each day you promise yourself you'll change, but each night you fall back into the same cycle. Without discipline, guilt builds, and your mind grows heavier. But here is the good news. Discipline is not perfection. It's practice. You don't need to fix everything at once. Start small. Choose one habit that drains you, maybe late night scrolling, and replace it with one act of care, like reading a calming page, or simply breathing in silence before sleep. The next day, honor that small choice. Then build another. Step by step, discipline becomes less of a fight and more of a rhythm. And when chaos hits an argument, a crisis, a sudden failure, discipline saves you. Instead of spiraling into old patterns of panic, You fall back on what you've trained, breathing, journaling, reflecting before reacting. Discipline is the quiet reminder you've been here before, you know how to stand again. Many people think discipline is about losing freedom, but in reality, it's the opposite. Without discipline, you are a slave to impulses, to emotions, to other people's opinions. With discipline, you're free. You are no longer dragged by every passing mood. You choose your steps. You walk with clarity. And discipline gives you dignity. When others see that you keep your word, even to yourself, they trust you. When they see that you can stay calm, keep structure, and show up consistently, they respect you. Most importantly, you begin to respect yourself again. That respect builds peace. If you are watching this and you feel that your life is out of control, that your habits have become your prison, please listen carefully. You are not beyond hope. You are not weak for struggling. You are human. And the path back is not as impossible as it feels. You don't need to become a perfect person overnight. You only need to practice discipline one breath at a time. Right now, take one deep breath with me. That breath is discipline. You chose it. You chose to pause instead of rushing. Tomorrow, choose another act, maybe drinking a glass of water when you wake, maybe writing down one positive thought before bed. Each small choice is a brick, and brick by brick, you rebuild the fortress of your mind. Even in your lowest moments, discipline whispers, try again tomorrow. And that is enough. Practices for daily discipline. Here are some gentle practices you can try to bring discipline into your daily life. Morning ritual. Before anything else, make your bed or write one line in a journal. Start your day with order. Set boundaries. Limit one draining activity like endless scrolling and replace it with something nourishing. Keep promises to yourself. If you say you'll walk for 10 minutes, do it. No matter how small, honor your word. Reflect nightly. Before bed, write one thing you did with discipline. Let that reminder be your anchor. These are not grand achievements, but they build inner strength over time. Like a warrior sharpening their sword, daily you sharpen your mind through practice. Discipline doesn't just create order, it creates calm. Because when you know you are living by choice, not by impulse, you feel lighter. You no longer fear chaos because you've trained your mind to hold steady. And this calm radiates outward. Your family feels safer because you are consistent. Your friends feel grounded because you are reliable. Even strangers sense your quiet confidence. This is the peace of a disciplined life. You become a steady flame in a flickering world. As with silence, I invite you to record the good that discipline brings. Keep a list of small victories, the mornings you rose early, the days you resisted anger, the nights you slept in peace. Each note becomes a memory of strength. And when hard days come, you can look back and say, I am not lost. I have walked this path before. I can walk it again. Let these records not just be reminders for you, but also treasures of this community. This channel is here to remind you that you are not alone in your discipline. Others are walking beside you, practicing the same small steps, building the same inner strength. So let us end with this thought. Discipline is not punishment. It is love in action. Love for your future self. Love for your peace. Love for the life you are building. Without discipline, life scatters you into pieces. With discipline, life gathers into harmony. If you are listening tonight and you feel tired, take heart. You are not too late. You are not too weak. You are simply at the beginning of your warrior's path. And every warrior begins with one step, one breath, one choice. So breathe deeply, rest gently, And remember, discipline is not a cage. It is a compass. It points you back to peace again and again. One of the most exhausting prisons we live in is the prison of other people's opinions. From the moment we wake up, we are surrounded by voices, family expectations, social media comments, the silent judgment of strangers. Sometimes they praise us and we feel high. Sometimes they criticize us and we feel crushed. But here's the truth. If your peace depends on praise, it will vanish with criticism. The only way to live free is to learn detachment, to walk steadily, regardless of applause or disapproval. Detachment does not mean you stop caring about people. It does not mean you harden your heart or isolate yourself. True detachment means you no longer allow your worth to be defined by voices outside yourself. You know who you are. You hold steady even when others cheer or condemn. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, put it simply, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. In other words, it's not the praise or the criticism that hurts us, it's how much power we give them. Let's make this real. Maybe you've worked hard on a project and people praised you. You felt amazing, as if you could conquer the world. But a few days later, one person criticized your work, and suddenly all the praise disappeared from your mind. You doubted yourself, lost sleep, maybe even thought of giving up. Does this sound familiar? This is the trap when your self-worth rises and falls with every opinion. You become a puppet, pulled by strings you don't control. So how do we break free? Here are a few gentle steps. Pause before reacting. When someone praises or criticizes you, breathe before you respond. Let their words land, but don't let them rule you. Separate feedback from identity. Praise means someone liked what you did. Criticism means they didn't. Neither defines who you are. Ask, is this useful? If the words help you improve, accept them with humility. If not, let them go, like dust in the wind. Return to your values. Ask yourself, did I act with honesty, courage, and care? If yes, then you've already succeeded regardless of opinions. Detachment is not about ignoring voices. It's about filtering them wisely. When you detach from praise and criticism, your mind grows calm. Suddenly, you no longer chase approval or fear rejection. You walk through life with steady steps guided by your own compass. People notice this calmness. They respect you more because you are not desperate for validation. And here's the gift: detachment frees you to love more deeply. When you are no longer controlled by people's opinions, you can truly listen to them, not out of fear, but out of care. Detachment doesn't close your heart, it protects it. If you are watching this while feeling broken because someone's words cut too deep, let me sit with you for a moment. Maybe it was a harsh comment online. Maybe it was criticism from someone you love. Maybe it was silence when you longed for recognition, and now you feel small, unseen, unworthy. Please hear me. Your worth has never depended on their words. Not once. You are more than their approval. You are more than their rejection. Right now, take a breath and remind yourself, I existed before their words. I will exist after their words. I am still whole. The pain you feel is real, but it does not define you. Slowly, as you practice detachment, that pain will lose its grip. Daily practices for detachment. Here are a few ways to train your mind. Silent reflection. Each evening, write one line. Today I acted with, and fill in honesty, kindness, or courage. Focus on your values, not opinions. Limit external noise. Spend less time checking likes or comments. Replace it with one act of self-care. A walk, a stretch, a page of reading. Affirm your identity. In the morning, whisper to yourself, I am enough regardless of praise or criticism. Repeat until it sinks in. Gratitude journal. Write down moments you felt peace, not because of others, but because you honored yourself. These practices slowly shift your focus inward where true strength lives. With practice, you will notice something beautiful. Criticism no longer crushes you. Praise no longer blinds you. You begin to see both as passing weather, sometimes sunny, sometimes stormy, but never permanent. And in that realization, you stand like a mountain, still, steady, free. This peace doesn't just heal you, it inspires others. Your calm presence becomes a reminder that life is not about chasing applause or avoiding disapproval. It's about living true to yourself. And when others see you walk with this freedom, they feel safer to do the same. As always, I encourage you to keep a record of the good this practice brings. Write down the days you stayed calm, despite criticism. Note the moments you smiled without needing praise. Over time, this collection of victories becomes proof that you are no longer trapped. And whenever doubt returns, you can look back and say, I have walked free before I can walk free again. Let these records also tie you to this community. Every viewer here is on the same path, learning, practicing, stumbling, rising. Together we remind each other that freedom is possible. Let me close with this thought: detachment is not indifference, it is wisdom. It is knowing that praise and criticism are like waves, sometimes high, sometimes low, always moving. You are not the waves, you are the ocean. If you are listening tonight, tired of living for other people's voices, take comfort. You do not need to fight the opinions of the world. You only need to return to your center again and again. In that center, you will find peace, balance, and a strength so quiet that it leaves others in awe. Remember, your worth is not up for debate. Not today, not ever. When we think about building strength, most of us imagine avoiding pain, finding comfort, and making life as easy as possible. But here is a paradox. The strongest minds are not built in comfort. They are built in challenge. And not only in the challenges life throws at us, but in the small chosen hardships we willingly embrace. This is what philosophers like the Stoics called voluntary discomfort. It is the art of stepping into difficulty on purpose, so that when life surprises us with real storms, we are already prepared. Voluntary discomfort does not mean punishing yourself. It does not mean living in misery or rejecting joy. It means practicing small hardships, deliberately stepping out of your comfort zone in order to build resilience. Seneca once wrote, "Set aside a certain number of days during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself the while, 'Is this the condition that I feared?'" His point was simple. If you can endure small discomforts, you realize they are not as terrifying as you imagined. And with that realization, fear loses its grip on your mind. Think about how easily we are shaken by inconvenience today. A delayed bus ruins our mood. A critical email ruins our sleep. A small rejection feels like the end of the world. Why? Because we are so used to comfort that the smallest discomfort feels unbearable. Maybe you felt this yourself. Maybe a single problem like a broken appliance, a cancelled plan, or an unexpected bill sent you into panic or despair. And afterward you wondered, why did I fall apart so quickly? The answer is often that we haven't trained ourselves to handle discomfort. We've lived so long in soft surroundings that even the smallest difficulty feels like a mountain. The solution is not to wait for disaster to toughen us. It is to train ourselves gently daily with small hardships. Here are a few ways: cold showers. Try ending your shower with a burst of cold water. At first, your body resists, but with practice, you realize you can endure far more than you thought. Fasting or simple meals. Skip one meal or eat plain simple food for a day. This practice reminds you that joy does not come from luxury, but from gratitude, silence, and solitude. Turn off your devices and sit in silence for an hour. It may feel uncomfortable at first, but you discover the strength of being alone with your thoughts. Physical challenge. Take a long walk, climb stairs, or do an exercise you usually avoid. Train your body and your mind follows. Financial restraint. Choose a day when you spend nothing. Notice how much of your peace does not depend on buying or consuming. These are not punishments. They are reminders that you are stronger than your cravings, stronger than your fears. What do you gain from these practices? Peace, because the next time life surprises you with discomfort, you won't panic. You'll think, I felt this before. I know how to endure it. This training builds confidence. You no longer fear the future because you've tasted hardship and survived. You walk lighter, calmer, because nothing feels unbearable anymore. And ironically, this makes you enjoy comfort more, not less. After a cold shower, warm sunlight feels like heaven. After fasting, a simple meal tastes richer. After silence, a conversation feels alive. By practicing discomfort, you turn ordinary blessings into extraordinary joys. If you are listening right now and you feel overwhelmed by hardship, I want you to know this. You don't need to add more pain to your life. If your heart is already heavy, your task is simply to breathe and remind yourself that you are enduring what once felt impossible. That is already proof of your strength. But when the storm passes, and it will, you can begin practicing small hardships on your own terms. Not to punish yourself, but to remind yourself, I am capable, I am resilient, I am stronger than I believed. So if you are in crisis, please hear this. The very fact that you are still here breathing, listening, means you have endured more than you thought possible. That endurance is already your voluntary discomfort, and it is already shaping you into someone stronger. Here are gentle ways to bring this into your life without fear. Choose one practice a week. Don't overwhelm yourself. Pick one small discomfort and try it. Frame it with kindness. Before you begin, tell yourself, I am doing this to grow, not to suffer. Reflect afterward. Ask, what did I learn? What did I fear that turned out to be nothing? Celebrate the return to comfort. Let gratitude fill you when you go back to warmth, food, or connection. With time, these small acts reshape your mind. You stop fearing discomfort. You start seeing yourself as strong. As with every step on this journey, I encourage you to keep a record of the good. Write down the practices you tried, the fears you faced, the strength you discovered. Over time, this notebook will become a reminder that you are not fragile, you are adaptable. You will look back and realize, I used to fear so much. Now I fear so little. These records are not just memories. They are anchors for the future proof that no storm can shake what you've built. Voluntary discomfort may sound strange in a world that tells us to always chase comfort, but true peace is not found in constant ease. It is found in knowing that you can endure, adapt, and rise again. So embrace small hardships with a gentle heart. Take cold showers, eat simple meals, walk the longer path, not to punish yourself, but to practice freedom. Each time you do, you remind yourself, I am stronger than I imagined. I am freer than I thought. I am ready for life, whatever it brings. If you are listening tonight, tired and weary, take comfort. You don't need to do everything at once. You don't need to seek pain. You only need to begin with one small step, one gentle practice. And with each step, you will feel lighter, calmer, stronger. Remember, hardship, when chosen wisely, is not your enemy. It is your teacher. It whispers to you, you can endure, you can grow, you are already stronger than yesterday. There are moments in life when someone says or does something that feels like fire thrown into your heart, a harsh word, an insult, a betrayal. Your body reacts instantly, your chest tightens, your pulse races, your mind fills with sharp replies. This is the force of provocation, and in these moments, the strength of your mind is tested, not by how loud you shout, but by how calmly you respond. Provocation is not just about what others say, it's about what it awakens in you. Someone's criticism or disrespect stirs your insecurities, your pride, your fears, and without control, emotions can flood over reason. You speak words you regret, make decisions you wish you could undo, and later you wonder, why did I let them control me? The truth is, when you lose yourself to provocation, you hand your power to the very person who hurt you. But when you master your emotions, you reclaim your freedom. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Mastery of emotions is the essence of this power. Think of a time you were provoked. Maybe at work, a colleague dismissed your idea. Maybe at home, a loved one raised their voice unfairly. Maybe online, a stranger insulted you. The instinct is to fight back, to defend, to sting them with equal force. But afterward, instead of peace, you're left with regret, exhaustion, or even shame. Many people live in this cycle: provocation, reaction, regret. Over and over, it's draining and it leaves the heart restless. Pause before responding. The first key is space. When provoked, take one breath before saying anything. This single pause creates a gap where wisdom can enter. Name your emotion. Silently tell yourself, I feel anger. I feel hurt. Naming it takes away some of its control. Ask, what do I want most? In this moment, do you want to win the argument or keep your peace? Usually peace is the deeper desire. Choose your response. You are not forced to mirror their anger. You can speak calmly or even choose silence. Reflect later. When the storm passes, ask yourself, did my response reflect my values? If not, adjust gently for next time. These steps sound simple, but practice daily. They transform your life. When you learn to master your emotions, you no longer live like a puppet of others' moods. People may try to provoke you, but instead of reacting, you remain steady. This doesn't make you cold, it makes you free. And with freedom comes dignity. People respect those who do not lose themselves in anger. They see your calmness as strength, your silence as power. More importantly, you respect yourself more. Each time you pause, instead of explode, you build confidence in your ability to stay grounded. This mastery brings peace not just to you, but to your relationships. Conflicts soften because one calm voice is often enough to cool a storm. Families, friendships, and workplaces all benefit from the presence of someone who refuses to be ruled by provocation. If you are watching this while in the middle of conflict with anger still burning in your chest, let me sit with you gently. I know how heavy it feels. Maybe you were insulted unfairly. Maybe someone you trusted betrayed you. Maybe you feel unheard, unseen, or disrespected. And right now, your heart aches with the desire to strike back. Please know this, your feelings are valid. Anger is not weakness, it is part of being human, but you don't have to let it consume you. You don't have to let their words decide your peace. Even now as you listen, take one deep breath. Inhale, calm. Exhale, the fire. You are already proving that you can hold your ground. Tomorrow you may still feel the sting, but you will also remember that you have a choice. And choice is where true strength lives. Here are some practices you can try. Count to 10. When provoked, count slowly before responding. This interrupts the cycle of reaction. Write before you speak. If you're upset, write a letter you never send. It clears the storm before you decide what to actually say. Breathe into the body. Place a hand on your chest and breathe deeply. This calms the nervous system. Rehearse. Peace. Imagine a past provocation. Replay it in your mind, but this time, visualize yourself responding calmly. This trains the brain for the future. Over time, you will notice changes. The same insults that once pierced your heart now pass by like echoes. The same arguments that once drained you now dissolve because you no longer feed them. Your days feel lighter, your nights more restful. And people notice. They may still try to provoke you, but your calmness disarms them. Instead of dragging you into chaos, they find themselves softened by your steadiness. You become a source of peace in a restless world. As always, keep a record of these victories. Write down the times you remain calm despite provocation. Record how you felt afterward, lighter, freer, more proud of yourself. This record becomes your personal treasure chest, a reminder that you are growing stronger. On the days you slip, and you will because we are all human, return to this notebook. Let it remind you, I have succeeded before I will succeed again. Mastering emotions in the face of provocation is not easy. It is one of life's greatest challenges, but it is also one of the greatest freedoms. Each time you pause, each time you choose calmness over chaos, you strengthen your mind. So if you are listening tonight, weary from conflict, take comfort. You don't need to fight every battle. You don't need to win every argument. You only need to win yourself. And when you do, you carry a peace so steady that no insult, no betrayal, no provocation can steal it. Remember, this true power is not in controlling others, but in controlling yourself. In that mastery lies peace, and in that peace lies freedom. The mind is like a lens. When it is clouded with confusion, fear, and rushing thoughts, everything looks distorted. Problems seem larger than they are. Hope feels smaller than it should. But when the lens is cleaned, when the mind is trained in clarity, we begin to see life as it truly is, not as our fears paint it, not as our impulses demand, but as it really stands. This is the essence of intellectual strength, the practice of clear thinking. Intellectual strength does not mean being the smartest person in the room or memorizing endless information. It means having the ability to pause, examine your thoughts, and choose the wisest path instead of the easiest one. It is the power to think slowly when emotions push you to rush. It is the discipline to separate facts from assumptions, truth from fear. The Stoics valued this deeply. Epictetus once said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them." In other words, it's not the situation itself that destroys us, it's the way we interpret it. A strong mind is not free of problems, it is free of distortion. Think about how often your own mind has tricked you. Maybe you sent a message to a friend and they didn't reply immediately. Instantly, your thoughts said, "They're upset with me. I must have done something wrong." But the reality might be far simpler. They were busy, or their phone died. Or maybe you faced a challenge at work. Your first thought was, "I can't handle this, I will fail." But when you actually tried, you realized it wasn't as impossible as you imagined. This is the common struggle. Our untrained mind creates stories that are harsher than reality. And those stories trap us in anxiety, fear, and regret. Guidance steps to practice clear thinking. Slow down the rush. When your mind jumps to conclusions, pause. Remind yourself. This is just a thought, not the truth. Ask for evidence. When fear says I can't do this, ask, what proof do I have? Have I failed every time before, or am I ignoring my past successes? Consider other explanations. If someone criticizes you instead of thinking, they hate me, ask, could they be tired? Could it be about them, not me? Return to the present. Clear thinking happens here and now. The past is memory. The future is possibility. The present is reality. Seek wisdom, not victory. When solving problems, don't ask, how do I win? Ask, what is the wisest, most peaceful path? When you train your mind to think clearly, life feels lighter. Problems shrink to their real size. Decisions feel less overwhelming. Fear loses its claws. You walk through challenges with confidence because you know you are seeing things as they are, not as your panic tells you. This clarity also helps you love more wisely. You listen to others without rushing to judgment. You understand that their anger might come from their own pain, not from your worth. You begin to respond with patience instead of reaction. And most importantly, clarity brings peace. Because once you stop wrestling with distorted thoughts, you finally have room to breathe. If you are watching this while your mind is racing with fear, let me speak gently to you. I know how loud those thoughts feel. Maybe they're telling you that you are not enough, that the future is doomed, that no one understands. In this moment, it feels impossible to separate thought from truth. But please hear this. Your thoughts are not always your reality. They are voices, echoes of fear, shadows of past pain. They can be challenged, softened, and replaced. You are not your thoughts. You are the quiet awareness watching them pass. Take a slow breath with me now. Let those thoughts float by like clouds. They may look dark, but remember, clouds always move on, and the sky beneath them is still clear. Gentle practices to strengthen clear thinking, Socratic questioning. When a negative thought appears, ask yourself, is this true? How do I know? Could the opposite also be true? Daily journaling. Write down your worries, then rewrite them with clarity. Instead of, I will fail, write, I may face challenges, but I can prepare. Mindful observation. Spend 5 minutes a day just watching your thoughts without judgment. Notice how they rise and fade. This builds distance between you and your fears. Seek wise voices. Read philosophy. Listen to mentors, or reflect on quotes that anchor you in reality. Replace the noise with wisdom. Over time, you will notice your mind becoming steadier. The same situations that once sent you spiraling now feel manageable. When others panic, you remain calm because you see clearly. When conflict arises, you can separate emotion from fact and choose the path of peace. This calmness is magnetic. Others begin to trust you, lean on you, and find comfort in your steadiness. But more than anything, you begin to trust yourself again. You know that even in confusion, you can return to clarity. As always, I encourage you to keep a record of these victories. Write down the times you replaced fear with clarity. Record the moments you noticed your thoughts were only stories, not truth. Over weeks and months, you will see your growth written before you, proof that your mind is becoming strong and clear. This record is not just for you. It is also a way to stay connected to this community. Here we are all practicing together, writing, reflecting, learning to see life with wisdom. Clear thinking is not about perfection. You will still have fears, doubts, and cloudy moments. But with practice, you learn to clear the lens again and again. And each time you see more truth, more peace, more freedom. If you are listening tonight and your mind feels heavy with confusion, take heart. You do not need to solve everything right now. You only need to breathe, to question gently, to return to what is real. And in that return, you will discover the quiet strength of clarity. Remember, life is not as dark as your fears make it. When you train your mind to think clearly, you uncover a light that was always within you. Life is full of battles. Some are worth fighting with all our strength, and some are not. Battles at all, but distractions, traps, designed to steal our peace. Yet many of us fight every fight, respond to every insult, chase every argument. And after the struggle, we are left drained, wondering why our days feel heavy and our hearts restless. The truth is simple, but difficult. Strength is not proven by fighting everything. True strength is shown by choosing wisely. Every day presents us with choices. Do I respond to this criticism? Do I argue with this stranger online? Do I prove myself to this person who misunderstands me? Each choice feels urgent in the moment, but not all are worthy of your energy. The Stoics believed that wisdom means distinguishing between what is worth your effort and what is not. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When we forget this, we waste our power on things beyond our control. When we remember it, we find peace. Perhaps you felt this yourself. A colleague dismisses your idea, and you spend hours replaying what you should have said. A family member criticizes your choices, and you engage in endless arguments trying to justify yourself. Or maybe you have lost sleep over the opinions of strangers online, fighting battles that leave no victory. These struggles drain not only your energy but your joy. You end up fighting not just others, but yourself. And the more you fight, the less peace you find. Guidance. How to choose the right battles. Ask, will this matter in a year? If the answer is no, it may not be worth your fight today. Save your energy for what has lasting value. Identify what's within your control. If you can change it through action, act calmly. If not, let it go. Worrying will not alter the outcome. Consider the cost. Even if you win, will it cost your peace, your sleep, your relationships? Some victories are too expensive. Check your motive. Are you fighting to defend truth or just to feed pride? Ego-driven battles only leave you empty. Practice silence. Sometimes the greatest response is no response. Silence itself can be a form of wisdom. These steps are not about avoiding life, but about protecting your peace, so you can face the challenges that truly matter. When you stop fighting every battle, you discover a freedom you may have forgotten. Suddenly, not every word requires a reply, not every insult requires defense. Not every misunderstanding requires correction. You begin to live lighter, and something beautiful happens when you save your strength for the battles that truly matter: your health, your values, your loved ones. You fight with more clarity and courage. The rest dissolves into silence. This wisdom does not make you weak. It makes you strong in the right places. It makes you calm in a world that wants to provoke you. If you are listening right now while your heart aches from conflict, let me sit beside you for a moment. Maybe someone has hurt you with words. Maybe you are in the middle of an argument that feels endless. Maybe you are exhausted from trying to prove yourself to people who will never understand. Please know this: you do not have to fight every fight. You do not need to carry every burden. It is not weakness to walk away from what drains you. It is wisdom. Take a deep breath now. Imagine placing the argument, the insult, the burden into a box. Close the lid gently. Remind yourself, this is not mine to carry today. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to choose peace. Gentle practices for choosing battles. The 2-minute rule. If something provokes you, wait 2 minutes before responding. Many battles dissolve in silence. Journal your conflicts. Write down the battles you face this week. Circle the ones that truly matter and cross out the rest. Practice gratitude. When tempted to argue, shift focus list 3 things you are thankful for. Gratitude replaces the urge to fight. Create a mantra. Whisper to yourself, not every hill is worth dying on. Let this guide your choices. Over time, you will notice peace entering your life. The arguments that once consumed you now pass by like background noise. The insults that once pierced your heart now feel small. You walk through life with steady steps, saving your strength for what truly matters. People may even notice that they can no longer provoke you as easily. They may be surprised by your calmness, confused by your silence. But deep inside, you know the truth. You are not avoiding life. You are mastering it. As always, I encourage you to record these victories. Write down the battles you chose not to fight and how it preserved your peace. Record the moments you let go and slept easier. Keep a notebook of these reminders. On hard days, it will show you that wisdom is not just an idea, it is a practice you are living. These records also connect you with this community. Together, we are learning not to waste energy on every conflict, but to guard our peace, to focus on the battles that truly shape our lives. Choosing the right battles is one of the greatest signs of strength. It is the difference between being dragged into every storm and standing calmly above the waves. If you are listening tonight and you feel tired from endless conflicts, let this be your reminder. You do not have to fight everything. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to let go. And in that letting go, you will find the strength to stand firm where it matters most. Remember this truth. Life is too precious to waste on meaningless fights. Save your strength for love, for growth, for the battles that build, not those that destroy. Strength is not always about dramatic victories. More often, it is built quietly day by day in the small choices that no one else sees. Consistency and steadfastness are the foundation of every strong mind. They are not flashy, but they are powerful. For without them, even the greatest intention collapses. With them, even the smallest effort grows into something extraordinary. Consistency means showing up for yourself again and again, even when motivation fades. It is the steady rhythm of actions aligned with your values. Steadfastness means holding to those values even when life shakes you, even when results seem slow. Together they form the quiet heartbeat of resilience. The Stoics lived by this truth. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, if it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Notice the simplicity, not grand gestures, just repeated steady alignment with what is right. That is consistency. But here is where we struggle. Many of us begin with enthusiasm, but lose our way when things get hard. We start a routine, but after a few weeks we give up. We make promises to ourselves, but when no one is watching, we break them. And each time we do, we lose a little bit of trust in ourselves. Maybe you felt this before. You promised to change a habit, eat healthier, sleep earlier, speak more kindly. For a while you succeeded, but then stress came, or tiredness, or discouragement, and you stopped. Then guilt followed, and the guilt made it harder to start again. Soon you told yourself, maybe I'll never be consistent. This is the silent pain many people carry, the fear that they are unreliable, even to themselves. Guidance. How to build consistency. The good news is, consistency is not perfection, it is practice. Here are gentle steps to help start small. Choose one action so simple you cannot fail. Instead of promising an hour of journaling, promise 2 minutes. Instead of vowing to run every morning, start with a short walk. Focus on rhythm, not results. The goal is not immediate success, but steady repetition. Trust that small steps compound over time. Forgive slip-ups quickly. Missing a day is not failure. Failure is giving up because you missed one day. Return gently without judgment. Anchor to your values. Remind yourself why this habit matters. Link it to your deeper purpose, not just surface goals. Celebrate progress. Each time you keep a promise to yourself, write it down. Let those records become proof of your growth. Consistency may not bring dramatic change overnight, but it builds something far greater: trust. When you show up for yourself again and again, you begin to believe in your own strength. That belief brings peace. And others notice too. Friends and family feel safe around someone consistent, someone who is steady in word and action. Your calm presence becomes a source of comfort. You become the kind of person people can rely on, not because you are perfect, but because you are steady. Consistency also brings freedom. Without it, you are tossed by moods and circumstances. With it, you rise above moods guided by discipline instead of impulse. And that steadiness makes life less chaotic. If you are listening now and you feel ashamed because you've broken promises to yourself, please hear this. You are not weak. You are not hopeless. You are human. Every strong person you admire has failed many times. The difference is not that they never fell, it's that they always returned. Take a breath. Release the guilt. Today can be a new beginning. Start small. Do one thing for yourself today, even if it's as simple as taking a mindful breath, drinking water with awareness, or writing one sentence in a journal. That single act is a seed of consistency. And seeds, when watered daily, grow into forests. Gentle practices to strengthen steadfastness. Daily reflection. At night, ask, did I act according to my values today? If yes, write it down. If no, plan one small change for tomorrow. Accountability with kindness. Share one small goal with a trusted friend or even this community. Let their encouragement support you. Create rituals. Attach habits to existing routines. Drink water after brushing teeth. Journal before bed. Stretch after waking. Rituals turn effort into ease. Visual reminders. Place a small note or symbol in your space that reminds you of your commitment. These are not about rigidity. They are about building a steady rhythm that carries you even when life feels heavy. Over time, consistency transforms anxiety into peace. Instead of waking each day unsure of yourself, you know you will show up. Instead of fearing failure, you trust your ability to begin again. The storms of life still come, but they cannot uproot you because your roots run deep in steady practice. And this calm radiates outward. When people see your steadfastness, they feel inspired to steady themselves too. You become a living reminder that peace is built one day at a time. As always, I encourage you to record your victories. Write down the days you kept your word, the moments you returned after slipping the routines that slowly became natural. Over months, this notebook becomes a story of resilience. On difficult days, it whispers back to you, "Look how far you've come. You can continue." These records are not only for you, but for our shared journey as a community. Each entry is proof that calmness and strength are built not in one leap, but in steady steps. Consistency and steadfastness may not feel dramatic, but they are the quiet power behind every strong mind. They are the reason you keep rising after setbacks, the reason you build trust in yourself, the reason peace becomes possible. If you are listening tonight and you feel scattered, tired, or ashamed of inconsistency, take heart. You don't need to change everything at once. You only need to return gently to one small act of care. And when you repeat that act day by day, you create a rhythm that no storm can break. Remember, strength is not built in a single day. It is built in the 1,000 quiet choices to begin again. And each time you return, you are already stronger than before. When life feels overwhelming, when thoughts race and burdens press heavily on your chest, there is a quiet teacher waiting for you outside your door. The trees, the sky, the ocean, the stars, they have been here for centuries, unshaken by storms, unchanged by human drama. To connect with the stillness of nature and the vastness of the universe is to remember that your struggles, while real, do not define the whole of existence. There is peace available right now if you pause long enough to notice. Stillness is not the absence of movement. The ocean has waves, the wind has whispers, the forest has rustling leaves. Yet beneath it all lies a calm rhythm. That rhythm is what your soul longs for, a reminder that chaos on the surface does not mean chaos at the core. The Stoics often look to nature for guidance. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Observe constantly that all things take place by change, and accustom yourself to the thought that nature loves nothing so much as to change the things which are, and to make new things like them." In other words, life shifts like the seasons. And when you see this truth in nature, you find peace in your own changes too. In modern life, we are so disconnected from stillness. Our days are filled with screens, alarms, deadlines, and noise. Many of us live in cities where the stars are hidden, where silence is rare. And when crises come, heartbreak, financial stress, health problems, we feel trapped in small rooms of our minds, unable to breathe. Maybe you felt this anxiety keeping you awake at night, regret echoing in your thoughts, fear of the future crushing your spirit. You search for relief in distraction, scrolling endlessly, consuming more, working harder, but nothing brings rest. Because what you truly need is not more noise, but stillness. Guidance finding, stillness in nature. Step outside daily. Even 5 minutes under the open sky can reset your mind. Look at the clouds. Watch how they drift without resistance. Listen deeply. Sit by a tree or in a park and close your eyes. Notice the sounds, the birds, the wind, the distant hum of life. Let them remind you that the world is larger than your worries. Practice grounding. Place your bare feet on the earth. Feel the solid ground beneath you. Say silently, "The earth is steady, and so am I." Gaze at the stars. At night, look upward. The universe stretches infinitely, and in that vastness your problems shrink to their true size. Mirror nature's rhythm. Wake with the sun, rest with the night, breathe. Like the ocean's tide, slow, steady, continuous. When you practice stillness through nature, a shift happens inside you. Problems no longer feel permanent. You realize that just as winter gives way to spring, your season of struggle will pass. You feel less alone because you are reminded that you belong to something greater. This connection also brings gratitude. A simple sunrise becomes a miracle. A cool breeze feels like a blessing. Rain on your window becomes a lullaby. Suddenly, joy is not in distant achievements, but in present awareness. And as gratitude grows, so does peace. You no longer chase endlessly. You learn to rest in the moment, trusting that the universe moves with wisdom beyond your control. If you are listening now with a heavy heart, let me pause with you. Maybe you've lost someone. Maybe life has pressed so hard on you that you can barely breathe. In this moment, it might feel impossible to imagine peace, but I invite you to take one gentle step, open a window. Look outside, even if all you see is the sky. Notice its vastness. Realize that it holds your pain, but it is not defined by it. The sky is wide enough for storms, and it is wide enough for your heart. Even in your darkest night, the stars still shine above. Even when you feel broken, nature whispers, you are part of something eternal. You are not alone. Nature walks. Take a short walk with no phone, no agenda. Let the sights and sounds be your meditation. Breath with nature. Inhale as the wind moves. The leaves exhale as it fades. Sync your breath with the rhythm around you. Sit in stillness. Find a place where you can sit quietly, even for 2 minutes, and simply be. Keep a gratitude list. Write down one thing from nature that gave you peace each day. A sunrise, a bird's song, the feel of rain. Over time, this connection reshapes your mind. Anxiety loosens its grip. Perspective returns. You begin to see that life is larger than your immediate struggles, and that peace is always available, not in escape, but in presence. Others will notice too. They will sense your calmness, your steadiness, your ability to breathe in storms. And just like nature, you will become a source of comfort for others, a steady tree, a quiet river, a guiding star. As always, I encourage you to record the good moments. Write down when you felt calm under the sky, when the sound of rain eased your mind, when the wind reminded you to breathe. These memories will become anchors for hard days. You will see that peace has visited you before, and it will return again. This practice will not only heal you, but also tie you to this community. Here we are all learning to return to stillness, to listen, to breathe, to live gently in rhythm with the universe. Connecting with the stillness of nature and the universe is not about escaping life. It is about remembering your place within it. You are not separate from the sky or the earth. You are part of the same flow, the same rhythm, the same eternal stillness. So if you are listening tonight weary from struggle, take comfort, step outside, breathe deeply, look at the sky. Let its vastness hold your worries. Let its stillness remind you that peace is never lost. It is always waiting for you right here, right now. Remember, you are a child of the universe, steady as the earth, vast as the sky, and calm as the stars. There is a common misunderstanding about strength. Many imagine it as hardness, as an unfeeling wall that nothing can break. They think to be strong means to never show emotion, to never forgive, to never bend. But true strength is different. A strong mind does not need to be cold. In fact, the strongest minds are often the gentlest hearts. For real power is not the ability to dominate others, but the ability to remain steady while still offering kindness. Strength without compassion can become cruelty. Compassion without strength can become weakness. But when the two are united, they form a balance that changes lives. A strong mind with a compassionate heart can endure pain without becoming bitter. It can face injustice without losing humanity. It can guide others not by fear, but by love. The Stoics themselves practiced this. Marcus Aurelius, though an emperor with immense power, constantly reminded himself to act with kindness. He wrote, "Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize?" That is compassion, seeing your shared humanity even in the flaws of others. But let's be honest, this balance is not easy. Many of us lean too far one way. Maybe you have been strong, but harsh, hiding your tenderness out of fear of being hurt. Or maybe you have been kind, but fragile, letting others take advantage of you because you couldn't say no. And then life's crises come. Someone betrays you. Someone ignores your pain. You feel torn. Should I close my heart to protect myself or keep it open and risk more hurt? This is the inner struggle so many carry silently. Guidance steps toward compassionate strength begin with self-compassion. You cannot offer kindness to others if you are merciless with yourself. When you fail, speak gently to yourself. I am still learning. I am still worthy. Set boundaries with love. Compassion does not mean letting people walk over you. Say no when needed, but say it with respect. Boundaries protect both your strength and your kindness. Listen before judging. When someone provokes you, pause. Ask, what pain might they be carrying? This perspective softens anger without excusing harm. Practice small acts of care. Send a kind message. Offer a smile. Help without expecting return. These little seeds of compassion build a garden of peace inside you. Balance firmness with gentleness. When someone crosses a line, correct them clearly but calmly. Show that strength and compassion can coexist. When you live with both strength and compassion, you become a presence of calm power. People feel safe with you not because you never falter, but because they know your strength is guided by love. And inside you feel lighter, no longer torn between protecting yourself and caring for others. You realize the two can live together. Compassion keeps strength from becoming cold. Strength keeps compassion from becoming naive. Together they create peace. This union also deepens your relationships. Others trust you more because they know you can be firm without cruelty, kind without weakness. And that trust builds connections that heal. If you are listening now and your heart is heavy because of betrayal or cruelty, I want to sit with you in this moment. Maybe you gave kindness and received rejection. Maybe you showed love and were met with indifference. Maybe you have hardened your heart to survive. Please know this: protecting yourself is not wrong. Closing your heart for a time does not mean you are broken. It means you are human. But also remember, the tenderness inside you is not gone. It is waiting. And when you combine it with the strength you are building, you will discover a power that no betrayal can take away. Take a slow breath. Whisper to yourself, I can be strong and kind. I can protect myself and still love. My heart is not weakness. My compassion is strength. Gentle practices for a compassionate, strong mind. Daily reflection. At the end of the day, ask, where was I strong today? Where was I kind? Write one example of each. The compassion pause. Before reacting to someone's harshness, pause for 3 breaths. Imagine their unseen pain. Respond with steadiness, not cruelty. Acts of service. Once a week, do something small for someone else. A smile, a message, a favor. Let compassion become your practice. Strength statements. When you feel taken advantage of, write down your boundary. I deserve respect. I can say no. I can be firm and gentle at the same time. Over time, you will notice your inner life changing. The conflicts that once tore you apart soften because you no longer see kindness and strength as opposites. You see them as partners. You walk through life calmly firm in your values, but soft enough to love. And people notice. They feel drawn to your presence. They trust you not because you are perfect, but because you are real strong, yet tender, steady, yet gentle. You become the kind of person others look to for comfort in their storms. As always, keep a record of these moments. Write down when you set a boundary kindly, when you offered compassion without losing yourself, when you held strength and kindness together. Over time, these notes become a mirror of your growth, a reminder of the balance you are building. This record is not only for you, but also for our shared journey. By remembering the good, you strengthen the peace within yourself and in this community. A strong mind with a compassionate heart is not a contradiction. It is the highest form of strength. For what is power without love? And what is love without steadiness? If you are listening tonight and you feel torn between being strong or being kind, take comfort. You do not have to choose. You can be both. You can be the person who holds boundaries and still forgives, who stands firm and still offers a hand, who carries pain and still chooses to love. Remember, strength makes you unshakable, but compassion makes you unforgettable. Together, they make you whole. After all the lessons, discipline, silence, detachment, clarity, compassion, comes the final step, living them so deeply that you no longer need to explain your strength. You become the symbol. A strong mind does not always speak of strength. It radiates it. Like a lighthouse that doesn't shout but shines steadily, your presence itself can remind others that peace is possible. To become a living symbol of inner strength does not mean perfection. It does not mean you never feel fear, sadness, or doubt. It means you have learned to carry those feelings with grace without letting them rule your life. It means when others see you, they sense stability. They notice that storms do not easily shake you, that criticism does not easily wound you, that success does not easily inflate you. They sense that you live by an inner compass, not by the shifting winds of the world. And in this way, without preaching, you inspire. Others learn not from what you say, but from how you stand, how you breathe, how you live. But here's the truth. Many of us feel far from being a symbol. We feel messy inside, full of mistakes, constantly falling short. You may think, how can I be an example to others when I'm still struggling myself? This is a common doubt. And yet the very act of continuing, of rising after each fall, already makes you an example. People do not need you to be perfect. They need you to be real, to show them that resilience is possible, even in imperfection. Guidance. How to embody inner strength, live your values consistently. Do not just speak of honesty, kindness, or courage. Practice them daily, in small ways, even when no one is watching. Respond calmly under pressure. When provoked, choose silence or gentle words. Let your steadiness speak louder than anger. Show compassion in strength. Offer kindness where others expect hardness. Forgive where others hold grudges. This balance makes your strength undeniable. Admit your humanity. A symbol is not flawless. Share your struggles honestly when appropriate. Let others see that strength includes vulnerability. Be a source of calm. In meetings, in family gatherings, in conflicts, carry yourself with steadiness. People will feel safer simply because you are there. When you embody inner strength, the peace follows you. You no longer chase validation because your life itself reflects your values. And this radiance affects others. Your calmness becomes contagious. Your steadiness becomes their comfort. Your compassion becomes their hope. and something beautiful happens. You no longer worry about leaving a legacy in words, because your life itself becomes the message. People will remember how they felt in your presence, calmer, stronger, more hopeful. If you are listening right now and you feel weak, broken, or far from being an example, let me speak gently to you. You do not need to wait until you are perfect to embody strength. You are already doing it, even if you cannot see it. Think of the days you got out of bed when your heart was heavy. Think of the nights you carried pain but still showed care to someone else. Think of the moments you kept going even when everything told you to stop. Those are the signs of strength. Others may not see the battle, but they feel the steadiness you carry. Please breathe deeply now and remind yourself, I am stronger than I appear. I am already a living symbol, not because I am perfect, but because I keep rising. Gentle practices for living strength. Daily alignment. Each morning, ask, what value do I want to live today? At night, reflect. Did I embody it? The steady breath. When life feels chaotic, return to slow breathing. Your breath becomes your anchor. Silent example. Choose one situation a week where you will show strength through presence, not words. Let silence itself be your symbol. Compassionate action. Offer one act of kindness each day, even when you are tired. This small light spreads more than you know. Over time, you will notice that your presence changes things. Rooms feel calmer when you enter. Arguments soften when you stay silent. Friends lean on you because they trust your steadiness. Even strangers feel comforted by your gentleness. This is not about pride or recognition. It is about becoming a quiet force for peace in a restless world. You embody the truth that a strong mind and a compassionate heart can coexist, and in doing so, you remind others that they too can live this way. As always, keep a record of these moments. Write down the times you lived by your values, the times your calmness helped others, the times you chose love over anger. Over months, you will look back and see a story of growth, proof that you have become the symbol you once doubted you could be. This record also binds you to this community. Together, we are learning not just to speak of strength, but to live it so that peace spreads from one life to another. To become a living symbol of inner strength is not to be perfect. It is to be steady, compassionate, and real. It is to rise after each fall, to love after each wound, to remain calm in storms. If you are listening tonight and you doubt your worth, take comfort. You are already on the path. Every breath you take with courage, every act of kindness you choose, every moment you rise again is proof that you are becoming the symbol you were meant to be. Remember, the strongest message you will ever give the world is the way you live. Live with strength, live with compassion, and your very presence will be a lighthouse in the dark. As we reach the end of this journey together, I want you to pause for a moment and take a slow, deep breath. Let the words you've heard settle gently into your heart. You have walked through lessons of silence, discipline, clarity, compassion, and resilience. And now, as you sit here, remember every step you take toward building a strong mind is already a victory. Life will continue to test you. There will still be moments of fear, doubt, and provocation, but you are no longer the same person who began this journey. You now carry with you the tools of inner strength, the ability to pause, to reflect, to choose peace over chaos. You carry the reminder that true power is not about controlling others, but about mastering yourself. And let me assure you, your struggles do not mean you are weak. They mean you are alive, human, and growing. The very fact that you are here seeking wisdom, listening with an open heart, shows that strength is already within you. Even when you stumble, even when you feel lost, Remember that resilience is built not in never falling, but in always rising again. I hope this series has brought you not only knowledge, but also a sense of calm. I hope you felt, even in difficult moments, that someone understands you, listens to you, and sits beside you in your pain. Because you are not alone. Each person listening is part of this same community, walking the same path of growth and peace. As you go forward, may you find more reasons to breathe deeply, to smile softly, to trust yourself more. May your nights be restful and your days filled with gentle courage. And may you always remember that no storm lasts forever. The sky always clears, and so does the heart. Before we part, I want to leave you with a warm wish. Take care of your health guard, your peace, and nourish your soul. You are more precious than you realize, and the world is better because you are in it. Now I would love to hear from you. Where are you watching from? What part of this journey spoke to you most deeply, and what practices are you going to carry into your own life? Share your thoughts in the comments. I read them, and they mean more than you know. Until next time, thank you for being here, for sharing your time, and for allowing me to walk beside you. May peace be with you. May your strength grow quietly each day, and may you always remember you are stronger, calmer, and more capable than you think. With kindness and gratitude, farewell, my friends.